is much needed to do. Is tending to what comes first, family. Tickets on sale at the celebration of the old, and this is also a family thing, so you can make it a night of fun and set the date for the family to have this experience. It is very enchanting. It's romantic for you singles that's out there, and it is very festive for the families that are out there as well, right? Let's see what it is about the New Orleans holiday tradition. November 23rd is when it starts to December 30th. City Park's largest fundraiser celebration in the Oaks is the New Orleans holiday family tradition. This incredible light festival has enchanted park visitors since the 1980s and is vital to parks maintenance, care, and beautification year round. Make memories with your loved ones in City Park this holiday season. And see what I'm saying? And this is what I read right after I was just giving you my take and presentation on it, which is the confirmation for what it is because I have experienced it. And this uh, author, whoever wrote this, like write up introduction, is very accurate with what it is talking about, what they're talking about as far as the experience. It's the enchanted garden, right? And then if you go to the site, then you'll see a lot of what you'll find there with the picture slides. And the ticket information is on a bike tour is $5. Cars and SUVs limit 8 guests per car is $40. Okay, and then the Cars SUV Dasher Pass, limit 8 guests is $80, and the Dasher Pass, we'll find more about what that is. Cars SUVs Value Night, limit 8 guests, and the vehicle is $25. We'll look into what the Value Night is. A limo, limit 15 guests per vehicle is $150 to go through. That would be something where you would begin to deal with the more intimate sector of the night. If you on a date and you're planning, like we were seeing those who are engaged or thinking about becoming engaged or having ideas that they need for their weddings, right? And the perception of that, because if you get a limo, um, you got to consider in the amount of time that you have for the limo, what you're having. Most weddings that are in the winter, you can say that they will be evening weddings, right? So that will be something as far as an idea to have your procession through the um the Christmas in the Oak Light in City Park in New Orleans, here where I live. Splinter van is $225. And then we forgot the limo with the Dasher Pass to get in is $190. And that's a limit of 15 guests, right? And then there's the walk-in tours combined with the driving tour, $25 per person, and the standalone is 35. The walk-in tour is approximately 90 minutes and includes all access pass to Carousel Garden, amusement park, and a botanical garden. And children under 36 inches attended free. So that's possibly like a 3-year old or something like that. They won't have to pay, but then the standalone um, would be for $35 that they get you access to the amusement park rides as well as being able to enter the botanical garden. So you're looking at a 60 or $70 for two as far as a date night goes. And then if you're on bikes, it's $5. So that's something that you could consider. And that is if you're into being healthy and stuff like that, that would make it a little bit more interesting and it becomes budget friendly. You have November 28th through December 5th and December 12th from 6 p.m. to 9 with the last admission at 8:45. So that's the days when you bike riders could get out there and go and experience that and then make it more interesting. If you have a basket on the back of your bike where you can have your stuff that you want to sit down and eat on your blanket inside of there, and you can bring it into the garden area and just sit out at one of the benches and probably experience what it is. I need some of my coconut oil on my hands when I put it in the bathroom. But anyway, we're gonna keep on going because this is date night part two. The first part got disrupted, and we're gonna go on for what it is that we can find in New Orleans, and that was one of the things on NewOrleans.com, the celebration in the Oaks. And let me see something. Let me see. There should be some of those restaurants that are having specials, and it's close to Christmas time, and they would have particular menu specials. Maybe it's like for filet mignon or lobster meal, a presentation for how you would give a date, and it has to be booked. Okay, so we have on the OpenTable.com. There's a seafood there that's seaworthy. Um, and there's bookings for that. We have the Chop House New Orleans Prime Steak House. Let's go with the price list because we want to do what it is that may be on a budget. Okay, for those who are looking to spend less than $100 on a particular date, you have Josephina Sell, Seaworthy, New Orleans Creole Cookery, right? And that is per person. And like I said, sometime when you are sharing that one meal, you can make it a little bit more interesting because it is becoming very intimate for those who have been conversing for more than whatever they think is an appropriate time to be that intimate. But if this is your first date and you possibly have just met this person within a week and you're going out to eat, then it is something that y'all need to decide on as far as when it goes to the price and how the ticket and the bill will be shared, or if it is up to the one who suggested the date to pay the entire bill. Now we have got Gakaku. It looks like that is a Japanese hibachi bar. All right, they're under $30 per person. You have 26 people booked it on just today, so it might be something that you could be interested in. And then we have Lola's, and it's Spanish Mid City. Those were booked three times today. We have Luke, and the cuisine is French cuisine, and it's in the Central Business District. And we have the View dine at home option, so they are able to cater to you at your home if you go with Luke's, and they have the delivery partners online for the takeout. You have a number to call, so that could be something that would be an intimate date for a couple that is already residing together. You possibly been married for a little while, probably a long time, and you're trying to spice it up. You're tired of cooking, and this is just now you have the time to be alone and be at home and rekindle those sparks that you need to have to keep going forward. All right, third block kitchen is a third block depot kitchen and bar. It's Creole, Cajun, and Southern style of cuisine. There's a dine at home option. That is so wonderful. I'm looking at this. I'm amazed as well because a lot of these places I've never heard of, and it's giving me ideas for when I do get back into the groove of taking myself on dates. like I used to be able to know this because I am a foodie. I'm not gonna lie, and I still have not learned everything about our Creole cuisine in New Orleans and what others have to express because most of it, a lot of these restaurants are people who have come here as foodies themselves and became um, chefs in the Creole capacity, not born and raised. We got the Palace Cook Cafe, and we have the Merrill Contemporary American style, and this is French American, the Palace Cafe. And we have New Orleans Creole Cookery, that is Creole Cajun Southern style. And they have dining options for home, and then we have the board, and that's contemporary American as well as the Campovine. Okay, and then we have Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao is Brazilian, and they're in the French quarters with the home and dining options. Okay, now let's get back to what it was that we were talking about for this season specifically. I don't know if you all have had the experience. For those who are touring New Orleans and experiencing a romantic getaway for the weekend with your loved one, I don't know if you were staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, but this time of the year, the Roosevelt Hotel is one of the most beautiful places you would want to be able to stay as a guest, right? On the entryway, they pride themselves on being able to present to you a Christmas theme. And then if you look at it, and I don't know why it just popped in my mind, but I've been there with family and then experienced other things as well. But I'm going to. Okay, so it does come up. It's one of the most popular search um, hotels when you start putting in hotel. The Roosevelt Hotel official site. And right as I'm looking at it, what comes up? The Christmas decorations right inside of his grand hall. Okay. And there's a picture collage, well, it's a slide with different things that you'll see, especially the shoe shine man, right? That's in there. And then the grand piano that is in the foyer area. Let's see. It's on reservations.com. And it's just different pictures of the rooms. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so we go to images and you look at what it is that they present. It is so beautiful, right? So that could be something that you could consider for those lovers who have already started planning their wedding and you're looking for that honeymoon getaway. This is some of the things that we have to offer in New Orleans as places that you want to say that has a lot of the Christmas style themes that go along with the decor and glitz and glamour. Okay, and let me see what else. Mr. Bingo just popped into my mind. All right, whoever is out there that knows about Mr. Bingo, you are definitely a lover of New Orleans, baby. Okay. All right. So Mr. Bingo is a fictional character marketed and sold by department store dealers during the holiday season, right? Originated as a mascot of the Maison Blanc department store in New Orleans. Mr. Bingo has become an important part of our popular culture of the greater New Orleans area. There's a whole write up. There's so much that could have been altered here on what it is as Wikipedia because they have the editing of it, but as well as it continue on in the bio, Mr. Bingo was originally conceived by Emily Elaine, a window display manager of Maison Blanc in 1947. Though conceived in 1947, Mr. Bingo was not introduced to the public until Christmas season of 1948. Airline became aware that other department stores had mascots around Christmas time, particularly Marshall's Field, Uncle Mistletoe, and pitched the concept of a similar mascot to Maison Blanc executives Louis and Herbert Schultz as an advertising strategy. Okay, so Mr. Bingle is very much part of a New Orleans staple. I grew up seeing him. A lot of you all have probably seen him in movies and did not know what it was that you were um, experiencing and the history behind it. And it's actually her story, Miss Emily Elaine. Shouts out to you for the creation of something that has become recognizable throughout New Orleans history in Christmas season. All right. So back to those dates and those dinners. A place to eat on Christmas in New Orleans. We got New Orleans Eater, Nola Eater. Did we go through Nola Eater? Okay, where to die for Christmas. And it's amazing that all of this stuff is syncing together. Y'all would not believe. This is okay, so I'm on a whole nother site other than what it was for the Roosevelt Hotel, and what comes up. The Roosevelt Hotel is a picture behind this. Where to dine for Christmas in New Orleans. The best optionals for a special restaurant meal out on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. All right, and this was on taken on written in transcript on December 9th, 2022. Okay, and just bear with me this time. We're not gonna have no malfunctions with the energy because it's gonna be fucked up. I feel like this is my element. Like somebody need this help, and when they do finally get this video, it's gonna work out for them how they need it for this season or possibly next season. Okay, so what we're looking at is a picture that is of the Roosevelt Hotel and its decorations for Christmas time, and this is on Eden, New Orleans, and this is parts of our budgeting and on a dating on a budget, what to do around Christmas time in New Orleans as a date or for your family and treating them well. Dining out for Christmas isn't for everyone, but for some, it's part of tradition, particularly in New Orleans, where restaurants are like family. See what I'm saying? It is second most festive time of the year. Carnival season is first. A number of top local kitchens are preparing special meals in New Orleans as New Orleans is wise enough to trust professionals. So A number of top local kitchens are preparing a special meal for New Orleans is wise enough to trust the professionals. So they're letting you know right there that generally people in New Orleans, we're not going to go out to eat all the time. We're going to be cooking ourselves because most of everybody still. Shh, let's read, let's read, let's read, let's read. Let's read to the people. Where is it to go? And it's going to be the last one. We're going to have our time. Okay. So, many of these options offer their regular everyday menu, a la carte, as well as no pressure to commit the prix fier. Just a number. Just remember, whatever you eat, it's still Christmas. So don't skimp on the tip, right? So the more lanyard you show the people in New Orleans with what you tipping, the greater the service. So just think about that. And then for those who are services, you know how to get your money. So recognize what you need to recognize so that you can serve who it is that will give you that great tip. All right. And don't be so judgmental of what they might look like on the clothing department, but recognize their spirit. Okay, so know the spirit by the spirit is what we're going to encourage. Many of these options offer their regular everyday menu. Okay, we did that part. Where to dine on Christmas Eve? And this is Addis, New Orleans. It is 2514 Bayou Road. Perhaps one of the most special restaurants Christmas Eve meal this year is the stunning location of Addis, New Orleans, NOLA, a Christmas across the continent diner. The menu showcased specialties from various African countries, dishes like Nigerian isigo soup, igusi, igusi soup, meat, seafood, kale, scotch bonnet pepper, and brown melon seeds, and chicken muamba. It is a national dish of Angola featuring. Oh no, no, no! Don't do that. You're making it fall down. Puri puri and peanut butter and shrimp kitofo. All right. Call to reserve a book online, and that is Addis Nola at 2514 Bayou Road. That is a nice area to visit in, as well as it is a nice area. Just be mindful of your area all the time. Okay, let's go to Brennan's, is what they're saying, at 417 Royal Street. Brennan's offer one of the best traditional options for Christmas Eve dinner this year, an $85 three-course holiday menu offering dishes like catavelli with duck confit, wild mushroom ragu, and winter squash and pomegranate braised short rib with Brussels sprouts, turnip puree, and macaroni and with almonds reserved here, and it is at Brennan's. Let me tell you. Okay. What do you see? I see that people put that in that coffee. Is the coffee? Yeah. Yeah, but that is Cafe de Gas, and that's at 3127 Esplanade Avenue, and you have the option to meet the bartender. And why did go put them in there? And that is possibly an orange sprig. All right, let's see what it say. Let's see what it say. Well, the welcoming Cafe de Gas makes for a lovely Christmas Eve setting. A New Orleans classic lit by Christmas lights all year round. Snag a seat on the patio for the 405 Revlon. $50 per person. And we have it right there. Okay. At Cafe de Gas. $50 per person, guys. And we're going to leave it at that. No. Say $50. $50 at Cafe de Gas. De Gas. Cafe de Gas wins it all. You hear it for the $50. That's on 3127 Esplanade Avenue per person. And you have it under $100 for that intimate meal. If the two of you are not sharing a plate, and it has optional wine pairing for just $23. So that would actually make that cut if you are on a certain budget. If you're footing the bill, your entire for the entire bill, guys. Your brothers, keep strong, sisters. Enjoy the moment because you never know when you're gonna get it again. And I'll be back with reads and more feeds. That's what we're gonna be, reads and feeds over here, because it is a known literary fact that Raven was feeding the prophets. Now let's go. Let's go. Thank y'all for tuning into our channel. Have a good one. Reads and feeds.